Good morning, my friends, and welcome to my garden. It is a beautiful July morning on the 26th, 2026, July 2026. And yeah, we're about to experience another heat wave, but we've had a little bit of cool in between. So the garden is looking amazing, and I wanted to show you a little bit of where we are this month. So starting off here at the butterfly garden, and I've had a few people commenting that there aren't many butterflies around this year, but this bed has been absolutely buzzing and fluttering. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, attract the butterflies and give us a riot of colour at this time of year. My stained glass panel in the middle there is disappearing under the weight of the size of all the foxgloves and beautiful plants that are doing their thing. And this buddleia in the middle here, the butterfly bush, is, I don't know if you can see from here, but it's really heaving with butterflies, and yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. So that's our butterfly bed. And then as we come around here, this is the children's garden, one of the first areas I put together. And there used to be, in between these two shrubs, there used to be a playhouse, and we've now moved it because it was starting to rot and the children weren't playing with it. The grandchildren are growing a bit out of the playhouse. And so a friend of mine who is staying with me at the moment has planted this beautiful circle of sunflowers. So I'm excited to see what's going to go on with those, and I'm noticing they all need a bit of water. So yeah, it's been hot and dry here, so we're needing to do quite a bit of watering in the garden to keep things nice. Along the edge of the borders here, these are also absolutely teeming with life, really full of bees, butterflies, loads of different insects. Absolutely loving this, and as always, my lavender hedge is absolutely alive. I hope you can catch that in the video here. There are butterflies and bees of all sorts absolutely feasting in this beautiful warm sunshine. The other thing that I love along here is this beautiful everlasting sweet pea. It's a perennial sweet pea, and unlike other sweet peas, it's totally hardy, so it comes back every year and it produces these beautiful flowers just over and over and over. So this one has just got a little bit too big for its boots and pulled over the support, but once again you can perhaps see the butterflies absolutely loving it. And the only downside to this particular plant is that it doesn't have a scent. So if you really love the scent of sweet peas, this doesn't work, but it is prolific and loving the hot, dry weather we've been having. You can see over here, this is an unusual view of the rose garden, and the roses are starting to go over now, but we have been able to rescue some of them by simply netting the bushes, which doesn't look very good, but yeah, it means we have had roses. And the beautiful Vowley rose, as I call it, this wonderful rambler, has gone completely ballistic this year. I so love it, and she has done so well, been so abundant. She has actually pulled over the pergola that she's been trained up against. So the winter job is going to be replacing those sticks so that she can thrive once again. I want to take you to this little area that we don't normally see. It's the workings of the garden, the central compost heaps. These are right in the middle of the garden. They are a little bit sheltered, a little bit shaded underneath the oak tree and the hazel coppice, but there are 3 bays one of which is absolutely full. The other end we want to put into the we're going to turn that, and this central bed is where we're going to turn the end bay into, and this has already been sieved, but I want to show you what we get. This is this beautiful compost that we are creating, and this has been sieved and put in this bag, and this is what we plant. We nourish our soil with it, and we plant our seeds into it, and it's wonderful. Everything seems to love it. Now, as we come down here, this beautiful bed, you can just see there's a little cosmos thriving down there. There are a few other things that should be in here, but they're having difficulty because this is the triangle in which I sowed this wonderful penstemon grass last year, and it has self-seeded, and look at it, how perfect. It's absolutely glorious. So I have created little pockets so that, for example, this lovely red amaranth can do its thing as well, but it's absolutely abundant with this purple penstemon, and yeah, I'm loving it, self-seeded and beautiful. The evergreen garden, I was looking back on the pictures of the evergreen garden from this time last year, and it is so different now. It's got a lushness, and you can feel the structure really starting to fill out. So this bed here is going to be full of topiary. We've got a little drum towards the back, and we've got a ball here. Other things will develop as time goes on. A sunflower that has just seeded itself in the middle of the spiral. It's kind of squeezing the ceanothus a bit, but I don't have the heart to pull it out because it's just doing so well and loving life. And as you can see, the rest of it is doing really well. The privet hedge along the back has just started to reach, on the left, has just started to reach its full height. So I'm excited about that. And then as we come down here, the other plants, just everything kind of doing really quite well. Coming around this side, we've got, I want to show you my gooseberry bush, which I've actually got to get the rest of these gooseberries off of here. They are, this is vicious, such a vicious plant with these great big spikes on it. But there are gooseberries. It's a red gooseberry bush given to me by my brother-in-law for my 60th birthday, and it's the first year it has actually produced fruit. So I'm very excited about that, and loving the fact that we have gooseberries, homegrown gooseberries. Currants and raspberries, not done quite so well this year. I don't know whether it's been too hot and dry, I'm not sure. But the vegetable bed has taken a bit of an upswing. I've got chard and Chinese mustard and cabbage in here. I've got green beans and squashes in here. There's some broccoli hiding under the fleece. This bed is ready to be planted into. This one here, I've got some more cabbage. I think they're collard greens actually, and a couple of rather sad looking squashes. Well, we'll see what happens with them. This was a bit of a trial to actually sow seeds direct, and some things are working and some things aren't. We've got spring onions across the middle, some red vein sorrel, but the rest of it isn't doing so well, and it's just been so hot and dry. I wonder how much that's been affected. Squash and sweet corn. There were some beetroot at the front here, but I don't know whether those have actually survived. I need to give the beetroot the squash a little bit more height to grow into. Need to harvest these broad beans. These have been lovely. Actually, they're putting on some new growth as well. And I'm not sure when is the time to harvest potatoes, but these are my potatoes. This is my potato patch, and they are looking very lush on top, so I'm hoping for lots of potatoes. And then we sowed some asparagus peas down here earlier on in the month, last month, but I'm not sure whether these are going to grow, but the pea sticks are ready if the asparagus peas come up. Again, we're watering quite well, but yeah. This is the big greenhouse, one of my favourite places to be. Not so much in this heat, but it's just lovely. And look at this lovely, lush, very nicely organised and tied in array of tomatoes. We've got red zebra, we've got green zebra, marmande, yellow ox heart, a red ox heart, sun gold, and indigo rose. So trying to grow things that you don't see in the supermarkets. And I've got my first cucumber flowers right at the back there, so that's looking promising. Tomato flowers. It all feels like I didn't get it in quite early enough, but having said all of that, you know, life goes on, life happens. This is the back of the pond garden, and I do want to show you a couple of things here. The first one is this absolutely stunning, I think it's called a daylily. Let me see if I can get you in focus here. Yes, I think this is a daylily, a hemerocallis, but it's so lovely. This beautiful orange on top of all the other riots of colour here. And I also want to show you this. This is an acanthus, this amazing flower, this one right here. Spires of beautiful purple and white flowers with this really fabulous architectural spiky leaf, and it's just stunning in my opinion. I think this is one of the plants that came from my daughter's house when she was redoing her garden, but it's taken a while to get to the point where it's happy and it's flowering, but here it is this year in all its glory, and I'm absolutely loving her. It's an acanthus, a bear's breeches. The rhubarb hedge is still doing well. We don't pick rhubarb after the end of June, give it a chance to kind of survive and recover itself from our fairly ruthless harvesting. And then up here into the pond garden, this is all looking very abundant and very lush. We have little frogs in and around the pond. They're often seen jumping around on the outside. And this is another one of my absolute delights, this beautiful diorama. And I'm going to harvest the seeds this year and see if I can grow more. Again, she's taken several years to come into her own, but she is looking so beautiful. Such an elegant addition to the garden. And finally, for this little tour this month, this lovely area up here is a really wild area that I've reclaimed. The intention is that it will be an asparagus bed eventually, a couple of asparagus beds. But as you can see, this is not asparagus planted in here. These are squashes. And we have put 8 squashes in these 2 beds. They're doing very well. Interestingly, the ones on the left slightly better than the ones on the right. But these are Trompeccino squashes, and I've put them in because there were so many weeds that I thought the asparagus was never going to compete with it. So I have cut down all the weeds. I put cardboard down, I put duck poo down. I have a copious supply of duck poo when I need it from one of our neighbours, and I put that down, put the white plastic on top because that's all I have available, and planted the squash plants straight in. So that's what I've done, and so far it's working very well. We just need to make sure that we keep on top of watering it, because obviously the rainwater doesn't go through that white plastic. But I'm hoping by the time the squash are ready to harvest, the weeds will have died back, and next spring I can plant my little asparagus seedlings in it. And as we look around and back towards the evergreen garden, you can see this is my wildflower meadow, the pond garden in the background there, the evergreen garden over there, and a little pathway that leads through the wilderness back towards the butterfly garden. But I am so thrilled that we've got oxeye daisies, we've got this lovely knapweed, we've got mallows, we've got vetches, some burnet, different sorts of grasses all growing in here. And again, if you can see, it's absolutely teeming with fluttery, buzzy things. And in fact, fun fact to end this little video with, there were some red beetles on the grass. I can't see one to show it to you now. Maybe there'll be some up here as I wander. But I asked my friend, I said, what are these red beetles? There's quite a lot of them in my garden. And I have absolutely found one right here. Let me just show you if I can do it without disturbing it. Can you see this? This has a fancy name. I don't remember the fancy name, but the other name it has is the hogweed bonking beetle. And there it is. Fun fact for this month, I have hogweed bonking beetles on the oat grass in my meadow. All right, my friend, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing my garden with me. If you'd like to come and see it in person, I will be open on the 1st of August for an open day. So be in touch with me and I'll give you details if you are interested in that. Meanwhile, enjoy your space, and I'll see you next time.